Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another segment of Bringing the World Together with Andrea Mason. I am your host, your global voice, your first choice, Andrea Mason. And it's an honor and privilege to be here. I have a great lineup for you. And these are amazing individuals worldwide contributing their valuable time and their services. Ladies and gentlemen, first we are going to bring to the stage, I've got an amazing woman, Dr. Hynd. Welcome to the stage. The stage is yours. Please introduce yourself, where you're from, the regions you served, and what your role is. Welcome to the stage.
Hello. Thank you. So happy to see you again, Andrea. You know how much I love your work. I admire you and the incredible impact that you create around. Thank you for having me. It's such an honor to be with you today. So, my name is Dr. Hynd. I am an engineer by training, and I've been an executive for 20 years. And it has been 3 years that I'm completely focused on women empowerment and in helping women become great leaders by creating wealth and making an impact. I am connecting from Morocco, and I serve women from all around the world. So it's such an honor to be with you today.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Doctor. I appreciate being here. We'll come back to you. Thank you so much for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have an amazing young man. I've met this gentleman a long time ago. He serves, he inspires, and he inspires to inspire Mr. Benson Adima. Hello, Benson.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, the different region you are watching us from live and direct. I believe one of the greeting will meet you well. Andrea, it's a privilege to meet you and to be part of this conversation today. I thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Benson Adima, a motivational speaker, author, and a personal development coach. I speak to you live from Nigeria here in West Africa. I help men and women to discover themselves. And I also help men and women to do their very best in every field they find themselves. Today, I'll be sharing with you some of the few things I have learned on the journey and how you too can be the best you can in your region. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Benson. I appreciate your gift of time and service. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of the greats, Joshua Olusan, who I have adopted and dubbed your Global Voice title from. Joshua, thank you so much. Welcome to the stage. Do an intro of who you are, who you serve, and where you're from. Thank you so much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, looks like some technical difficulties with Joshua. Next, we have a woman of great service, Miss Quanita Deloach. Quanita, welcome to the stage. Introduce yourself, please, and we'll see you in a few.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you again, Andrea, for this opportunity. I am just thrilled to be here. I am traveling around the world through StreamYard this rising. And I am Quanita Deloach. I am a Kingdom Coach here in the South Central area of the United States. And what I do is just help those who are in an area where life is beginning to understand. I know who Jesus Christ is, right? I know those things and I want to go further in him. I want to expand my life. I want him to stretch inside me and to show me how to live that spiritual being in this natural world. And so that's what my specialty is, in the heart, mind, and soul, getting those things identified and helping you come out of some places. And again, I'm just a piece of the earth, learning how to just rise at every opportunity that I can. And so I'm so honored to be here today. I think I've answered all the questions, so I will see you all later.
Yes, you did. Thank you so much, Quanita, and thank you for your service. Okay, next we have Miss Nickole. You've seen her before. Miss Nickole, the stage is yours, my dear. Welcome.
Hi, Miss Mason. Thank you so much for having me today. You know, I love you. I appreciate you, and I thank you for this awesome opportunity to share once again on your platform. People, some may know, some may not know. I am the owner and founder of Gold Minds Global, as well as Go with God, which is my ministry. And basically, I will serve anyone with a pulse. Listen, I serve different countries, different, jurisdictions, different people, right? Different people groups. It really doesn't matter as long as people know they need help, can identify they need help, and desire help. I told God a long time ago that I would be that hope. If he would save me, that I would be that hope for someone else, that someone was to me, right? So that is my passion. That is my reason for serving. And yeah, I'm based in the US.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Ms. Nickole. Thank you for being here. Next, we have Joshua. Joshua, welcome to the stage, my friend. The stage is yours. Tell us where you're from, who you serve, and what you do.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. This is the African Porter coming to you live and direct from here in Pretoria, South Africa. It is a great pleasure to be here, and I'm so excited with this great work you are doing. Kudos to you and greetings to everyone across the globe. I greet you according to your time zone and I greet you according to your language. It's going to be a great time. I am Joshua Olusan. I am the owner of the African Porter Radio here in Pretoria, South Africa, and globally. And it's a pleasure to be here and to see everyone. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Joshua. And next we have to the stage my friend Lamech. Lamech, welcome to the stage.
Thank you. I'm happy to meet you. I'm Lamech from Kenya, and I am a supply chain officer. At the same time, I have a group of youths whom I am empowering on how to cope with challenges and how to go through even petroleum in the society. Because I want to bring young people up who can stand by themselves and make a difference in the community. So currently I'm empowering those youths because I want to better their future and I want to make sure they have remained independent in the journey of their life. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Lamech. An honor and privilege to have you here. Next, we have Augustine. He has been an amazing asset to Africa. I have been honored and featured and pleasured to be part of his mentor her to greatness, Women of Africa. Welcome to the stage, Augustine.
Thank you so much, Andrea. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I just can't see you. Kindly turn your camera on if possible, please.
Sorry, I am on transit, so apologies. Maybe when I get to my destination, I will try to turn that on.
Okay, no problem. So we'll just give you a blank screen. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
Oh, okay. My name is Augustine Igweshi. I am from Nigeria. I currently serve as Executive Director, Center for Peace Advocacy and Sustainable Development. And also I convert Mentor to Greatness program, which Andrew has been part of for the past 2 decades. For the past 3 decades. Yeah, that is for the past 3 years. I mean, so where we mentor young women and girls across Africa to become a better version of self and become great and attain greatness. Thank you so much.
Augustine, an honor and privilege for all that you do. Alrighty, so we're going to jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. Now these individuals are going to shine and spotlight. They are going to share with us what they have learned on their journey in their careers, in their aspects of life, and what impact they bring to the table to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. You've got about, a good question, about 2 minutes, if you will, so we can give everybody a chance. Alrighty, so we're going to kick it off with Dr. Hynd. Thank you so much. The stage is yours.
Wonderful. Hello, everyone. And this is amazing. I'm so happy to meet everyone around the table. So my journey, I've been through so many different responsibilities and so many different positions of leadership throughout my professional life. And I think what I want to share with you today is really the power that comes from within. And I learned that the hard way because, being a woman, and I started as an engineer, and I was always working in those very high level position when it's really male dominated environments. But I knew how to navigate through it because early on I said, you just got to be excellent in everything you do. So I studied hard. I spent nights studying so much. When I was at work, I was just giving it my all. I didn't care how long it would take me, nights, weekends. So everything was really about giving the best I could do because that was the only way I could feel that I belong. And there is no issue about gender, about being a woman or just being the youngest one. So it was everything about really pushing it and giving it my best. And what it taught me through the years is that, we are in a continuous journey of bettering ourselves every day. And the person that you want to always keep in mind while doing it is really yourself, because you want to grow as the best version of what you can do. And every day this and until I was faced with a lot of challenges. So, I was in the international financial institutions. I worked with the government. I also went in public institutions, and then I became entrepreneur in 2014. So soon it's going to be 10 years next year. But through that journey, it was not very easy. There was some moment when everything was nice and beautiful, and some moment was challenging. And so it became very hard to only focus on the work and being the best and giving everything I got so that I can provide the best service. There was a part of me that needed also strengthening, because when you're first with a lot of challenges, it's not about the job that you can do better or the work that you can be excellent at. There is something else that needs to add into that mix, and that's your inner power. Because being the best, doing it, those are circumstances you create. And we've learned through the years that, by studying hard, by working long nights, you become that. But when the situation changes and the circumstances are not there to hold you, what do? You got to strengthen yourself. And so this is what I learned, is how to recreate oneself from the inner power, how to use your inner power to overcome the hardest challenges. Because in life, if you want to achieve something big, if you want to lead, it's not an easy ride, and you got to be really ready for it. And that easy ride, or that ride, is not just you can't just fulfill it all by focusing on the work and doing it all that. You have to be able to find the power within. And so my work today is really how to strengthen the power within and how to help yourself level up in a way that you can create your own circumstances when they are not there to hold you. And so if I had to share what I've learned most, is that you have the ability to navigate through circumstances when they are there to help you. But if they're not there to help you, you got to go back to your inner power and create ones that you can use and can serve you to achieve whatever goal you want. So I know you said 2 minutes, so I'm going to just give the stage to Benson. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Doctor. Powerful message. Like I said, and everyone, each one of these speakers were handpicked and selected for a reason. And all of their information will be found in the show notes thereafter. Any questions, connect with them. They're doing a great service. Thank you, Doctor, for being here. An honor and privilege. Okay, stay tuned. All right, next we have Benson. Benson, the same question applies to you, about approximately 2 minutes. What have you learned upon your journey, and what impact do you bring to the world? The stage is yours, my friend.
All right. Once again, Andrea, thank you. One of the things I learned on my journey so far is life is a journey. everything in it is a process. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And a proper understanding of this will help you to effectively manage your life. So when you are in the beginning of your life, try not to compare yourself to those who are already at the middle of their own lives. And if you are at the middle of your own life, try not to compare yourself to someone who is already at the end of his own life. So the process has to do with a journey. If I'm going on a journey and I board a plane from Nigeria in Africa going to United States of America, the plane has to get to some point, to some certain location. If there are issues on the way, the airline might privately land somewhere. That is not my destination. My destination is America. So if for any reason the plane decide to stop over in South Africa or to stop over maybe somewhere along the way, that is not my destination. So I need to be able to hold on where I am at that time and then move to where next I'm going. And the second thing I learned on my journey is I belong to a school of thought that says if you want to be remembered after you are dead, write something worth reading or do something worth writing about. So, while I was coming up of my journey as a son of a farmer, very poor farmer, who struggled to even attain college education and to be able to move from there to higher education, it was a struggle of personal struggle without support to be able to attain that level. So today, I'm using my story to encourage young people in Nigeria, in West Africa, and in Africa at large. I'm using my story to tell young people to believe in themselves, to believe in their own journey, to believe in their own story, and then to write something worth reading about, which I have done. I have written and published about 2 books, which have inspired many across Africa. That is the content I have brought to the table so far. And then I also tell the young people to also, if you cannot write something, because everyone cannot become author, you should be able to do something great enough for someone else to be able to pick a biro and write about you at the end of the journey. That is the way to write your name on the sound of history. And then finally, a statement to the world each time I have opportunity to share with people like this is the bend on the road is not the end of the road. The end of one thing is the beginning of something new. So you must be able to hang on to what you have set as your goal when you encounter a bend on the road. Because if you don't give up, there will definitely be an end to your struggle, and there will definitely be a light at the end of the tunnel, and then your story will be worth listening to. That is what I always bring to the table. And on a final note, currently, I partner with an international organization called Century 21 Freedom Group, where we now hold young people and then mentor them on how to become a better version of themselves through mentorship, while they are also making money for themselves. That is what I do currently. And this, we are taking it outside Nigeria, in the continent, in the country where I live, into Africa. And from Africa, we have been able to establish a partnership to a country of Philippines, where we are establishing or maybe expanding our tentacle. And someday, through the instrument or the help of Andrea here, I look forward to being live in the United States of America. I love that country so much, and I want to be able to be there, learn that inner motivation that drive Americans, and then be able to have a tentacle in that country as well. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely, Benson. Yes, your passion is pure and amazing. Thank you so much. I love it. The bend in the road is not the end of the road. Ladies and gentlemen, amazing. Thank you so much, Benson. We'll see you shortly. Next, coming to the stage, we have the woman of resilience is Miss Nickole Gordon. Nickole, the stage and platform is yours, my dear. We need to unmute you, my dear. Sorry. We need to unmute you. Can you, what? You got it? Let me see if I can unmute you. There we go. I think I hear you. One more time. Nope, it's muted again, my dear. One more time. It seems like it's a little bit unplugged.
Miss Mason, can you
There
hear
you
me?
go. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
The stage is yours.
So I just want to say I am so inspired and encouraged by all of your stories and what you bring to the world, because that's what it's all about. Listen, we are not here for ourselves, but we are here to impact someone else's life. And as I said earlier, you know, I always told God that if he would save me, if he would help me, that I would be the hope for someone else, that people were to me, because I had many mentors along my journey. Andrea Mason is one of them, the global voice. And she dubbed me the woman of resilience, which I love that name because it's so fitting for me. And it ties directly into what I have learned along my journey. My journey has been turbulent, plagued with many trials and tests. But one of the greatest lessons I have learned is that failure is not final. A lot of times people fail and they think that it stops right there, you know, kind of like what Benson said, you know, they stop right there and they give up, and they give up hope. And I always say, if you have a pulse, you have hope. So there's no sense in stopping right where you're going through, you know. So you got to continue in order to see it through to the end, because if you continue going, you know, you'll see some beautiful things not only come out of yourself, but then you'll be able to be of service to others. Another thing that I do is, you know, I help build people from the inside out. So a lot of times I'll see something, a gift or something in someone that they have, and I help bring that out. Right. But I also specialize in building leaders. I have a special heart for leaders. Because I am one, but mostly because I believe a lot of people have leadership qualities and they are leaders, but they don't see it themselves. And so I help them pull out the best in themselves. And how do I do that? I get to the root of what has created them to be the person that they are today. Miss Mason, you may or may not know or remember, but I also have a background in psychology, as I am a college student studying psychology. So, you know, from the age of 8, by the age of 8, most of what a child is going to be is formed at that age. And so a person is probably the totality of what they'll be by the age of 8. So everything that's poured into them up until that age, that's what they become. And a lot of people are stuck right at that age where the trauma happened to them, or where the situation stunted their growth. So I go to the bottom, we go deep, and I help them to come out of that trench, and I help them to grow in their confidence and grow in their self-esteem, and ultimately help them become the leader that I know that they are, and so they can go back and give back. Thank you.
Excellent. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Nickole is an amazing journey walker of mine. I'm truly proud of her progress and success. And yes, resilience is the definition. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving right along, we have a gentleman, Mr. Lamech. I am excited to have him come and share his experience of his journey and what impact he brings to the world. Lamech, You're on stage.
Thank you. Let me say what I learned on my channel. And I want to say about the spirit of trust, or the joy of trust. And the joy of trust, sometimes we decide to hang with friends, thinking that they will help us when we learn under trouble. But many of us, we found ourselves in serious trouble as a result of a company of friends we keep. Some friends even use the information we provide freely to betray us. And the truth is, I came to realize that if I need to succeed in life, there's some things I'm supposed to do. And that is to not open up everything to friends. Keep some information only for yourself. If you notice that a friend is working against you, confront him or her with the truth. Limit your interaction with them, or get rid of such friend completely. Because at the end of the day, people whom you trust, they might destroy your life, they might destroy your future, they may turn against your vision. Because remember, your vision is not their vision. And some of them, they are not happy with your vision. So it is better you keep some information for yourself. And the truth is that when I apply this technique, I come to realize that I can develop, I can succeed, I can manage myself if I trust the process which I'm supposed to follow for me to get where I want to be, without depending on friends. And that's why I decided to come with a group of youth in the city of Nairobi, Kenya, whom I'm training on how they can be independent people, on how they can develop confidence and even empowerment, so that at the end of the day, they will be people who knows how to depend themselves, people who can provide for their family without depending their parents, people or young people who can change the society in one way or the other. That means they are able to encounter the financial crisis, they are able to encounter any confusion on the way, they are able to encounter any earthly crisis, because they have information which can guide them on how to come, on how to overcome all the challenges on their way as young people. Mostly, I'm educating or I'm encouraging young people from slums people and from low class society. And since I started that group, we have gone a milestone, and I'm happy that most of them, they are happy with the way we are doing it. Most of them, they have changed their family. Most of them, they have changed their attitude. And they have come to realize there is nothing which is impossible in this world. The only thing is to sit down, come with the plan, trust yourself, and go ahead. At the end of the day, you will succeed without even depending any friend, without even depending your parents, without even depending the relatives. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I know with time, I'm going to empower many youths, I'm going to empower many people in the society, so that now we can change our society for the better future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lamech. I appreciate it. We're going to have you back on stage. I'm not sure if you realized that your camera had went off, but I didn't want to interrupt you in your powerful message. So when you come back on, just make sure your camera is so everybody can see you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next we have Tim coming to the stage, Miss Quanita Deloach. The stage is yours, my dear.
So hello again, everyone. This has been a great opportunity as you've been listening to so many different speakers that Andrea has lined up for us. So what do? I do simple things and I just make them even more simple. So I am a kingdom coach, and my God, amen, he helps me coach others because I need coaching myself. So what I do is I walk along to assist you in your growth. So that's in your mind, spirit, and soul. So sometimes the spirit is actually not known, and that unawareness, right? It says that the ignorance of you keeps you in bondage, right? If you don't know something, then you won't be able to approach it. And that's true. That's definitely true. So what I do is I come in and I listen, and then I have to actually know maybe what your goal is a little bit, and then we go from there. After that, it is a walking process of just showing you how the word of God helps you live your life every single day. How do you apply the word of God? What to do when you get challenged? What to do when you fall? What to do when you fall short? What to do when you are hurt? Things that you naturally, you will feel like you want to shut down. My encouragement through Kingdom Coaching is to know that in your shutdown is probably the blessing. Don't shut down, but let that process go through and then keep growing. And so what I do is I have different resources that I'll share later, I believe. But that's what I do. I give kingdom advice and be able to be an ear. And then again, point you right to God, point you right to Jesus Christ, point you right to the Holy Spirit, and he will help you. And again, that shows you how to work through things, and that's how you pass it on to your children, and they'll pass it on to their children, and so on and so on and so forth. So that's what I do.
All right. Thank you, Miss Quanita. Another journey walker of mine has completely began to shine. Thank you so much again. Yes. And again, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. All of their information is going to be found in the show notes. Playback, share this, like this. I am bringing these elitists, global leaders, affiliates, leaders and trailblazers of changing the world to you. All right, this is my gift. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we have coming to the stage Joshua, a good friend of mine. Again, reminder who dubbed and gave me the global voice. Joshua, the stage is yours, my friend.
Hello, good day, everyone. Welcome once again. This is the African Portal Radio TV International, coming to you live and direct from our studio here in Pretoria, South Africa. I am so happy that I have this opportunity and privilege to be on this live broadcast. So if you are there and you are listening to this broadcast, do us a favor. Please go out there, share this program, share it to friends, let it go viral. The more you share it, the more you give it opportunity to go viral. So please kindly share this program. Today, I will be talking to you about myself, and I'll be talking about the vision behind the African Portal. We are the voice of Africa. We are the bridge between you and your roots, and we are ready to link back to your roots. But one of the things that keep us going is that we believe in who we are, and we believe in the God that God gives to us. And we believe in the landscape where we are currently. So you don't need to change your landscape or where you are. You don't need to go to America before you become successful. And I want Africa to change this mentality of you getting out of Africa before you can succeed. Nothing is good about America. Delete that from your mind. Western, plant that in your mind that until when you get to the western side of the world, that's where you can succeed. There is nothing like that. There's nothing good about America. There's nothing good about England. You are good as you are. You are good in your own country. But until when you can sit down and find solution to your own problem by yourself, that is when you are going to be a great country like other country you are running to. It's by design. Whatever that is happening in Africa, the downfall of Africa is by design. The other country that is great today, they leverage on the resources of Africa, mentally, physically, and otherwise, and they use it to better their own life. Everything began from here in Africa. Africa is a great continent, and until when the people in Africa are ready to find solutions to their problem within themselves. That is when this country, this continent is going to be a great continent. So let's stop and let's change that mentality of us running out of Africa to go and be doing the slave job in America. Many doctors in Africa today run to America cleaning somebody else's room because we don't get it right in our continent. And African leaders are not saying that. They don't see that the future of Africa is going down the drain. They don't see that there is no future for the African child because we focus on things that is not necessary. The corruption in Africa is killing Africa, and it's by design. Africa hates themselves because the Western created divide and rule, and that is the mentality they are carrying around. It's even the people that move out of Africa 400 years, when they come back to Africa, they want to divide us to rule us. Africa, it's time to get it right. It's time for you to sit back in Africa, find solutions to the problem of Africa, and liberate Africa. Find a better place for your children. Build a better future for African child. Whatever Paris is today, whatever it is in America, whatever it is in England, is the resources of Africa. The electricity that Paris is using is taken from Africa. Is the wealth of Africa, is the knowledge of Africa, is the blessings of Africa. The raw material that America is using today to be an America is the wealth of Africa. Americans have 200 years saved of oil that they can use for 200 years. None of African countries have the crude oil they can use for one night. Instead of that, they give us religion. Africa will stand on the mountain. We go to mountain to go and pray. You are standing on gold and you are praying to God to send blessing. When God has already given you the blessing, but you can't see it. You are standing on the gold and you are calling on God to send help to you. You are calling on God, you are praying. Your prayer is nothing when you cannot open your eyes and dig the ground and bring the gold out and sell it and become successful. Let's stop these religious activities that is not bringing any progress to Africa. I'm not against prayer. I'm not against religion, but I against the fact that Africa is not using their common sense to liberate themselves. Prayer cannot do everything. God has given you everything you need in Africa. You cannot stand on the gold. Everywhere you go in Africa, under our feet, there is a mineral resource. There is a blessing that God has put there for you. Open your eyes and open the ground for you to enjoy that wealth. You can't run to America and be doing a slave in America and believing that Africa is going to be successful. They took some Africa out of Africa years back. They took them to the other side. They become a Black American or African American today. Have you read the history? Do you know about them? Do you know what happened to them? And now it's advanced slavery. Africa is getting the visa, spending a lot of money to get the visa to travel to America to go and be slave. That needs to be stopped. Let's promote our language. Let's promote our culture. Let's believe in our own thing. Let African find solution to African problem. Our roots, our leaves, is things that God has given to us for our health. Let's stop importing drugs to Africa. During the COVID-19, America is sending vaccine to Africa. Who told you Africa doesn't have the medication they can use for themselves? America, take your hands off of Africa. Let Africa be great. We don't need you. You need us. Leave us alone with our resources. Let us rediscover ourselves. Let us regain our own freedom. Africa is not free because the freedom that you say you give to us is not a freedom. And that is what the African Porter is all about. It's not personal. It's about the African Porter. That is the voice of African Porter. This is not the voice of Joshua, but it is the African Porter speaking. This is the vision. This is the dream. This is what God gave to us. And that is what we are portraying. Anyway, every time, Africa is our business. The growth of Africa is our business. The progress of Africa is our business. And that is what we are focusing on. Please, don't go wrong. The Africa that we are talking about is not about where you are born. We are not Africa because we are born in Africa. We are Africa because Africa is born in us. So it's inborn. Let's wear Africa, speak Africa, eat Africa, support African business, use African materials. use thing that is produced in Africa, wear Africa, eat Africa, speak Africa. God bless Africa.
Thank you so much, Joshua. A very passionate message from Joshua, as well as the African Portal. I truly believe we, each and every speaker here, along with my audience and your audiences, have the potential, the faith to make change, be the change in the world that you want to see. Thank you so much, Joshua. And then finally, without further ado, we have Augustine to talk about his situation of his aspects of what he learned upon his journey, what impact he brings to the world. All right, Augustine, the stage is yours, my friend.
Thank you, Andrea. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. However, I just want to remind you that, again, I know you're in transit. It is going to be a blank screen. Is that correct? Hello? All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're having a little bit of technical. Augustine, are you available for both audio and visual, or just audio, my friend?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Sorry,
so I'm going to
I
put
am
you
only
on, but you're still in
available on
transit.
audio.
Okay, you're still in
I
transit, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I will put your screen up, and then the floor is yours. Go ahead. Go ahead, Augustine, you could go.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for having me, Andre. It's been a pleasure listening to great speakers, inspiring speakers who have shared wonderful things about what they do in our society. So, for me, I believe that life is all about believing in yourself, and also being consistent with what you do, and being able to be dedicated and see how you can impart society, and you can impart and change things that are supposed to be changed in the society. As for me, the work I focus on is to see how we can develop youth across Africa, and also focusing on how we can mentor young women and girls to become a better version of themselves. This I have dedicated for the past 3 years, ensuring that young women and girls across Africa are mentored and they become a better version of themselves to contribute to a better society. So I build resilience across different category of endeavor that I venture myself into, especially in developing young people, mentoring young women and girls to, to attend that. One being consistent with the work he or she is doing, and also being dedicated to and committed to the work he or she does, will be able to effectively impact the society. Life is all about being conscious of on how you can contribute to a society that can, can develop. Africa as a developing continent is actually as young people in Africa. We are also committed to see how we can contribute to development of Africa through various medium, where we carry out various projects that focus on how we can contribute our quota to African development. We believe that Africa will become a great continent if we all come together to see how we can contribute to its development through our various efforts, means, and resilience. So thank you so much for having me today. I believe that we all will work together to ensure that Africa will become a better continent. Although Africa is already a great continent, but due to the fact that we have some leaders who are not doing what they are supposed to do, Africa is being backward. But I believe that young people are the great assets that African continent have, because African continent is the youngest continent in the world. Its young population speak volume of its potentials. So the potential of Africa lies on its young people. So developing young people of Africa will contribute greatly to the African continent. So we're working so hard to ensure that young people become the change agent. Through our various programs on youth development, we are building the capacity of young people on leadership development and see how they can contribute to African development through various engaging in various community programs and being able to change in their own little environment, especially in their immediate environment. We believe that platform like this that inspires people to engage and contribute to a better society will continue to be a platform for us to, voice out and see how we can continue to lay our voice to the development of the African continent. I emphasize on the African continent mostly because I believe that Africa is that continent that has that potential, because I have listened to various young people across the world, but Africa has the potential. They have the talent, they have the innovation. All we need to do is to harness that innovation from Africa and see how we can bring it to the global stage. So thank you so much for having me, and I believe that as the conversation goes on, we'll continue to inspire the next generation of African leaders.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Augustine. Truly an honor to have you here. All right, ladies, gentlemen, closing up. So I'm going to have each speaker come up and provide their solution as well as resources. So we are going to get this, going. So I'm going to have back on the stage Dr. Hynd. Back to you, Hynd. Pardon me.
Perfect. Yes. Hello. This was beautiful. And I love all these inspirational stories and motivational words, because this is what we do. We really want every time we show up to change someone's life. Maybe if it just impact one person, and it's one person at a time, and it grows and it compounds on itself, and it creates a ripple effect that is beyond each one of us. And so I love the question about what do we do as a solution. And so I pondered on that for 3 years. I was just studying what human behaviors and what are the tools that help us develop and help us grow. And one of really what comes up is that, we need to be able to follow some steps to recreate, come back to what I was talking about earlier, the power, the importance of the inner power, and how it helps you create the circumstances when they're not there for you. When, we're talking about Africa, you feel you're far, but you can create everything you want, no matter where you are. Today, the world has gone digital. So there is nothing that you cannot possibly imagine and dream of and set up as a goal, and you cannot fulfill if you strengthen your mindset, if you align your energetics, and if you understand on the deepest, profound self that you deserve to receive what you set your mind to reach. And this is why I created this BAL method. BAL method is the believe, act, lead method, and it's a 3-phase method. The first one is to believe in yourself, to believe in the possibility, to believe that you deserve everything you dream of and you want in your life, and to believe that you have the strength, you have what it takes, and you have it also that you can reach your goal and transform your life. The second phase is actions. There is no way you can meditate yourself to reach whatever you want. You got to work, you got to take the actions, but it's not taking actions without strategy. You need intentionality, you need focus, and to acquire all the tools that you need as a leader. And so to level up as a leader, you need to know how to communicate, how to brand yourself, how to structure yourself, how to understand the finance in a very basic way, and how to become that leader that you aspire to be. And that's the taking action. And the final phase, which is the third one, it's about leading. It's about harnessing your leadership skills. It's about standing up and as a reference, as a role model, as an inspiration, becoming the beacon that everybody is looking up to, and leading yourself first, because you need to lead your way through this transformation and become a leader for others to follow, for others, so that they can get inspired by you walking the talk. So it's not just you need to do 1, 2, 3, but you actually embody it, you integrate it, you transfer it, and you make it your lifestyle, and you become that person that embody that. And that's what the Bell method. If you have any questions about it, you're very welcome to reach out. I know we're on LinkedIn, so I am on LinkedIn, so you can follow us, follow me. I give nuggets about that. But what I know for sure is that no matter where you are in life, no matter what you've gone through, you can recreate yourself, no matter how deep, profound the hurt, the struggle, the challenges, you can shine again and create the most beautiful life you dream of. It's all in you. It's one decision away. So it's you taking the decision to change in your life. And the moment you do, what's incredible is that the information you need will just suddenly show up. The mentor you need will be there for you. All of us, all of this beautiful group of amazing people have their tools, have their strategy, their ways of doing. And it's really no one that comes and change you. It's you decide to do it, and you will do it. Thank you so much, Andrea, for having me. This is a simplified way to summarize it.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I appreciate it. Stay tuned for the closing. Next, we have Benson. Benson, the same applies to you. Kindly close with your solutions and resources.
All right. Thank you once again. On a final note, what solution are we bringing to the table to young people and to young adults? The solution is beyond motivation. We are moving it beyond aspire or maybe perspire or aspire to acquire. We are moving it to a level of mentorship where through the Century 21 Freedom Group or La Bona Vida, what is called a Good Life Project, where young people can directly connect to the platform where we have a team of masterminds, people who have become superstars in a thought industry. They hold the young people by hand and they mentor them. As they are mentoring them, the young people are also making money for themselves, because one of the things we discover in this part of the world is that there is so much hunger and there is so much poverty in Africa. So people hardly go into mentorship and key into it with their whole heart. If there is nothing they can fall back to, if there is nothing that is building up for them for the future, if there is nothing that they could use to feed their families. So this platform is a robust one whereby as they are learning, they are also making money. As they are growing to become thought leaders, they are also gaining financial freedom. And they also have access to travel opportunity to different parts of the world, because we also believe that exposure is also a greater part of education. A man cannot be wiser than his level of exposure. So that is also channeled into the mentorship platform for young people who are either coming out of school or some who, some reasons, they have been in some particular industry for years and their industry turned back on them. I mean, laying off, or maybe someone who lost his job for one reason or the other, especially like COVID situation that happened all over the world. People lost their jobs, lost their means of earning. So people like that is a rehabilitation center for them to come in with little or no resources, and they are key into mentorship program where their mind is developed, their body system is being taken care of through a well-researched products that help their health system to grow, And we also make sure that the international organization we partner with are organizations that have some level of reputation or they are consistently respected for a long period of time so that people will not partner with them and they will go under in a short while. So that is what we do. If I have opportunity through Andrea, you can reach me. My name is simply Benson Adima. As it's showing on the screen, you can reach me on almost any or all the social media. You can reach me on Facebook. You can reach me on YouTube. You can reach me on Instagram. You can reach me on Twitter, or formerly Twitter, now S. So this is the name I promote everywhere. Reach me. All I do is to connect you to the mastermind, and then you are good. Connecting to Andrea here is not because I'm better than everyone, but it's through that power of connection. And many of you who are here today, Andrea, you kindly help me to be able to connect with all the people you have here today. I really celebrate each and every one of you. I love you all. It's a great privilege to be able to meet with you on this occasion. Let's keep the connection rolling. Somewhere, somehow, we'll be able to help each other, to help another person, to make the world a better place. And then together, we will make heaven together, and we will be happy at the end of the journey. So thank you once again to the controller and the director of bringing the world together. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Benson. An honor, privilege, and pleasure. Each and every one of you have a special place in my heart. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be mindful and respectful to the remaining speakers. We are coming to the closure, so kindly keep to the time. And we have on stage now Miss Nickole, and after her, we have Lamech. Nickole?
Mason. So, my solutions, I would say, are my resources would be, it starts with you. You have to do the work. You have to be willing to use what you have. We often say what's in your hand, and so you have to really, even if you don't have resources that you can go out and get, you can connect with me on social media via Facebook at Nickole Gordon. My name is right there on the screen. I'm going to be releasing so many things. I'll be releasing books. I'll be releasing e-courses. I'll be walking side by side with you. I'll be releasing audio, meditations and different things that are different tools that I've literally walked through. And I'm going to be compiling this and helping you along your journey to become your best self. So you can connect with me there. I'll be releasing also on other platforms in 2024. I'm preparing for my launch right now. And my final message, I think Dr. Hynd actually said it best. She said, you have to embody your message. I embody my message. And so, listen, I'm going to say in closing, failure is not final. It depends on what you want. If you just lay down there and die, which I could have done many times along my journey, and that is what you're going to get. It's all about what you make it. And as Joshua said, you have to open your eyes, because most times what you feel like you need is already in your hand. It just has to be cultivated. Also, I want to say, it's up to you to make sure that you do not leave this life empty-handed. No one can do it for you, and no one can give it to you. You have to put in the work. That is what I do, and that is what I'm willing to help you do as well. Walk alongside your journey and help you to become your best self at Gold Vines Global with Nickole Gordon. So get connected. Let's work.
Thank you so much, Nickole. Yes, my journey walker. She is rising above the stars, soaring brightly. So it's an honor to have you here. All right, we're coming to the final moments, everyone. We've got Lamech and then on board Miss Quanita. Guys, kindly respect the time and do your resources and solutions. Lamech, you're on the stage.
Being betrayed by the people whom you trusted before. But don't allow the situation to deteriorate into something more seriously. Try to snap of whatever experience you have had that are causing confusion by believing yourself and mostly focus on solving the problems instead of complaining. And through that one, you will gain more confidence, you will have self-confidence, and you will empower yourself instead of complaining, instead of taking too much of your time regretting of what has happened. So regret cannot happen, it cannot help you. But once you focus, you run. At the end of the day, you will be a victor. Thank you.
Thank you, Lamech, for your time. As always, next we have, just to keep the show rolling, mindful of my audience and our speakers, Miss Quanita. Stage is yours.
All right, everyone. So, again, I have learned so much through this journey and from being here today. Excuse me. The biggest thing I would want to give my takeaway would be how to be yourself, right? And that is to find your lane. To find your lane, you first have to find what you're going to really be doing for the rest of your life. And sometimes you have so many different skills, you really don't know where to begin. And I would encourage you to begin with having a relationship with God and then beginning to hear Him. So, what I have developed is different books. This is a prayer journal, and I was a part of the anthology, this book here. So, these you can purchase on my link tree. That will also be posted when Andrea gets done for this video today. So those are my resources. You have to start there. You have to become disciplined in your discipling of yourself. So habits, thoughts, just so many different things that we have to tackle. And then you have to have accountability. And accountability to yourself is honestly just you making up a decision and staying with that decision. When adversity comes, go through it. Don't try to hide from adversity. Go through that. That makes you a better person. That makes you a better coach or whatever your profession thing is. It makes you better. It doesn't feel good, right? But that's what he tells us in the Bible. It's not going to feel good all the time. So why not understand that and then actually go through it? That helps somebody else see you get through it. And that's how it goes. It's basically you're passing down this token. And that's what these resources are. They're supposed to help you, press you into a place where you are feeling like you have that connection again with me and myself in our community here on the Renewed and Reminded Godly podcast. That's what I am the founder of. And you guys will be able to listen to that on Spotify, Anchor, and so many other platforms, including Apple Podcasts. And so that's the biggest way to hear me. And then the way you can connect to me personally is just, again, check out that tree, the link tree, and all of my contact information, how to reach me is there as well.
Thank you, Miss Quanita. Yes, and we are coming to the closing parts. Joshua, your closing statements. Kindly be mindful of the time as I have closing statements. Thank you to our audiences with your patience and sticking with us. Joshua, the stage is yours.
Or through all our social media, you can go to the African Portal, and at the same time, you can purchase the African Portal book. Is the solution is the book that is talking about the progress that we are setting in Africa. It's the book that tells the story of African journey, the African Portal, THE African Portal. Go and buy the book. It's available on Amazon, on Mobook, and all over the world. You can buy it anywhere you are in the world, and that will be the solution to it. Let's believe in ourselves. Let's raise the banner high. You're all doing well as you are. And I send kudos to all the teams that make this possible, and every one of you on this platform. Send kudos to you. Thank you for the great work you are doing. Time like this is time to say thank you for believing in who you are. And thank you for making change in the continent and also across the globe. God bless everyone of you. It's goodbye from the African Portal.
Thank you so much. Joshua, I truly appreciate it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make my best attempt to bring the speakers on as deemed fit that can come on. So just mute yourselves as I do final closings. If you can kindly mute yourself, but keep the camera on, please. Let me know when you will. If not, I will do that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. Everybody is muted. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this closed another segment of Bringing the World Together with Andrea Mason. All these individuals, segment 1, 2, 3, and there's more to come. I'm about paying it forward. I'm about creating my own identity, your global voice. Thank you to Joshua and the African Portal. Bringing the world together and creating my own identity, their own identity through life's adversities. You know, once you achieve something, that anything you go through gives you the right, the permission, and the ability to help others go through it too. This has been my Global Tribe. Check out segments 1, 2, and this is 3. I am graciously grateful, honored, privileged, and pleasure to have each of you aboard representing all the continents around the world. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, follow your heart, not the hurt nor the herd, for success and joyfulness are on the other side. Each member here, including Augustine, who had to leave, Dr. Lawansa, who had some difficulties, and happy birthday. Shout out to Dr. Lawansa. His birthday is today. Like, share, check out these individuals. I'm bringing everyone together to make impact solution. Why? Because there's more of us than them. And let's remind the leaders, if they're doing it right, wrong, or indifferent, ask them, why did they get into that position and how they can contribute to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, unmute yourselves and welcome to say, any final thoughts. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Dr. Hynd.
Thank
Quanita,
you.
my journey walker, Nickole, my journey walker, the African Portal, Joshua Dare, as well as Lamech, and those you've also seen on the screen, Augustine, as well as Dr. Lawansa. Unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties, was unable to be here, but a happy birthday to him. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, and remember, Andrea Mason, your global voice, is bringing the world together to you. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.